Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Into the Void Real Review. We are now into the heart of the holiday movie watching season. Two of the biggest movies of the year are out right now with Wicked and Gladiator 2. Remember last year's Barbenheimer? This year we have Glicked, with the difference being that these two movies are holiday movies while Barbenheimer were summer movies. My question is, what prompted this new naming convention, or better yet, what started this phenomenon? Is it just because two blockbusters released together in close proximity? Is that the only thing that must be true for two movies to be grouped in this way, or is there some other reason or important detail I'm missing? What will it be next year? Give me your predictions in the comments below. Who knows why this is a thing now? I just wanted to point out an observation of what has come about in the movie-going sphere of late. Anyway, this time we're reviewing Gladiator 2, the Ridley Scott directed sword and sandals epic following in the footsteps of Gladiator, which came out in 2000 and unfortunately also looms in its shadow. Gladiator has the reputation of being a modern-day masterpiece, and there's always the fear of a sequel not living up to the original. It's really a shame because I think a lot of people will pan this movie because of the inevitable comparison. Reviews are rampant with the common theme that this does not in any way have the same pedigree as Gladiator 1, which starred a much more likable Russell Crowe, who seems to fit everyone's idea of what a gladiator is. Many people feel that Paul Mescal, who plays Lucius, doesn't present the same gravitas as what Russell Crowe brought to the table back at the dawn of the 21st century. The thing is, I think he does do a very admirable job of charting a different path to what a gladiator should be or what our idea of what one would be like. I think everyone can rest easy because he's believable as the main character in this film, because honestly, I had my doubts as well. I don't remember Gladiator as much as maybe some other people do, but I do know that it was one of Russell Crowe's finest movies, not to mention Ridley Scott's as well. But after watching this, I think he does a good job of presenting a character that loses everything in the beginning and wants to exact revenge on the Roman General Acacius, played by Pedro Pascal, who is responsible for all things bad in his life, like becoming a prisoner of war and becoming a gladiator made to entertain the Roman masses. Pedro Pascal does a splendid job of playing Acacius, who's the reluctant hero to Rome. He's the lapdog of the twin emperors who are pale-skinned and bored out of their minds, which is only made abundantly clear by how they lust for the thrill of watching gladiators battle it out in the arena. What is it with pale-skinned people being evil and so weird? We've seen these people in Furiosa, Dune 2, and now this. All these movies are teaching us is if you see an albino person, you should run far, far away. Anyway, Pedro Pascal's great as the conquering general of Rome, stuck under the thumb of the twin emperors. Then there is the always great Denzel Washington playing the role of Macrinus, the gladiator master who has his eyes on something bigger. Spoilers, but he is a man with a plan, and who better to play that role than Denzel Washington? The only issue I may have is that Denzel's kind of playing the role a little too hip, that I think the argument can be made that the mannerisms he puts out are a little too modernistic in tone.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much?
However, he's fun to watch every time he's on the screen, so it may be distracting, but it is still entertaining to watch him, even if it does take you out of the moment from time to time. Another thing that may take you out of the believability of Gladiator 2 are the actual gladiatorial fights that are fought throughout. The spectacle of it all is very entertaining, with fights ranging from people fighting sadistic monkeys or a man riding a rhino to even battling while riding ships. Yes, warships with sharks swimming about in an arena full of water. For people that like their sword and sandal epics to be authentic, this will be a deal breaker and will turn them off to the film. For me, I found it entertaining. To answer the tagline of the first Gladiator of "Are you not entertained?" I say, hell yes, I'm entertained. I don't let the details bug me because for me, this is entertainment, not a history class. I loved how nuts sometimes Gladiator 2 got. I also liked the cinematography, which was eye-catching, especially in the beginning when we are treated to the opening battle with the warships coming to begin their assault on land to conquer an ocean fortress. Gladiator 2 is strongest in the beginning and manages to keep things interesting with the many awesome battles that take part in the Roman Colosseum. Meanwhile, during the interludes when the fighting's not happening, you have Denzel Washington hamming it up as Macrinus, who is trying to undermine two pathetic leaders who are a little naive in their love for conquest and the spectacle of blood.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects, she must feed them.
They can eat war!
Where Gladiator 2 stumbles is at the end when things seem to fall into Macrinus' lap too easily, and before you know it, we have an empire that is only too eager to hand over the reins to someone who is only moments ago a gladiatorial overseer. Props to Denzel for getting us to like Macrinus when he pretends to be like a protective father to Lucius, and then just as quickly hating him for wanting to have ultimate power over Rome by the end of the movie.
To restore order, I must have power.
Of course, over time, we have that main plot of Lucius learning that he is the son of Maximus, where at first, he's not on board with that new revelation, but comes to peace with that notion to ultimately don the armor of his late father and bring peace to Rome along with the help of Pedro Pascal's general Acacius. Another nitpick with Gladiator 2 is that it does ring hollow emotionally when compared to the original. You won't cry in this one, but you will feel entertained throughout. I myself enjoyed it very much. So, guys, I'm giving Gladiator 2 an 8 out of 10. Please let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want more of this content, and I will see you next time when we venture in the void.